Hi everyone, welcome back to the More YouTube channel. It's Chris back with a spooky evening video here by the looks of it. I'm in the Rantmobile. It's Halloween. Happy Halloween to all you trick-or-treaters if you're going out there trying to get chuckies and all sorts of stuff, or going to parties and having a few bevies. Stay safe, stay scary and have a good costume. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that scared the life out of Newcastle United fans. There is only one fixture in Boxing Day this year. And guess what it is? That's right. Newcastle United away to Manchester United in the Premier League. One fixture. And they've dragged Newcastle fans all the way down to Manchester on Boxing Day. All this bullshit the Premier League are coming out with, saying they're bound by the calendar. Utter bullshit. If you have a look at the other fixtures in and around the Christmas period, they could have easily changed one of the London fixtures, be it Brentford versus Fulham or Palace versus Spurs or something like that. Somewhere where you can get the fucking tube from stadium to stadium. Oh no, they dragged Newcastle United fans down to Manchester on the 26th of December where there is no trains. I've looked at it, there's no trains. And if there are trains, there'll be limited service, there'll be sparing, there'll be a fortune. And if you're going to stay overnight to try and get a train home on the 27th, your hotel room will be fucking 3 times the price. And the Premier League and Sky Sports don't give a shit about it because they want it on the TV. And it's fucking poor. It's awful. It really is. It's once again another example of finance over fans. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. The money. They don't care how hard it is for fans to get to that ground. They don't give a monkeys if Newcastle United fans can't get to that ground. If the away end was empty, they wouldn't care. It wouldn't look good on Sky Sports, so would it? With the Manchester United ground completely empty. And spare a thought for the Manchester United fans. I mean, Christ, how are they going to get home to London and Ireland with no public transport on Boxing Day? Because that's where the majority of the fuckers are from. Thank you very much. I had to get that slide digging. But it's shit. They could have easily changed this around. They turned around and they said that there'll be no fixtures on Boxing Day. You know, they're talking about there's too many competitions, there's too many fixtures. You know, PFA spokespeople are talking on Sky Sports about how, you know, the players are burnt out, the squads are overused, there's too many games, right? Well, that's fine, I agree with that. But here's a novel thought. Ditch all these pointless international games that you play then in a season. Get rid of them. Stop flying Brazilian players to the other side of the world to play South Korea in friendlies. Stop playing stupid England games against Azerbaijan or somebody like that just don't matter. Stop playing so many fucking games. You've got European football, you've got the domestic cups, you've got the Premier League, and all out on top. You know, yes, there's too much football, but they made it sound like that the Boxing Day fixture was gone. It was done. A lot of the players as well, let's not forget about the human beings behind the footballers here. They might have made plans with their families. They might have been excited that there was no Boxing Day fixtures. Hey, you know what? I can enjoy Christmas dinner. I can have a Boxing Day with me family. You know, I'm not travelling down to Manchester. But oh, sorry, Newcastle United, you are. So no Christmas for the Burns. No Christmas for the Gamerises. No Christmas for the Joe Lintons, right? They're all heading down to Manchester. Yeah, they'll have some kind of Christmas, you know, all that kind of stuff as well, because that's what the nature of the beast being a footballer. They probably have a bit of a gap in between where they have a kind of a Christmas get-together. But it's just the Premier League, once again, completely misreading the room. One fixture, right? And this is the fucking craziest thing, right? If you're going to have to do one fixture on the day and you've chosen Manchester United versus Newcastle, okay, right? I don't agree with it. I think it's bullshit. You should have put a London fixture in there or a Midlands fixture where it's a 20-minute drive or something daft like that. That would have been the smarter move to do, right? But if you're going to do this game, you're going to do this game. Okay, why are you making it 8 o'clock at night? Why are you doing that? What about the safety of supporters? You got to drive to Manchester. I've done it. I do it for work sometimes. You got to drive to Manchester. You're talking nigh on 3 hours from Newcastle to Manchester most of the time to get there, right? I know some smart asses, oh, I'll do it 2 hours, 20 minutes, mate. No, you can't, unless you're speeding all the way. And the speed cameras are out of the shop. And the coppers will be out in force on the flyovers watching you. So don't be a cocky bastard. But if you're going to drive down to Manchester and leave Manchester at 10, 11 o'clock at night, rush hour traffic to get out of the city, back up to Newcastle, whether you're going on the M62, whether you're going on the M6, pitch black, winter conditions, it's fucking dangerous. Why are they doing this? Just for the TV? You could have made that game a 1 p.m. kickoff, and Newcastle fans would have got there in the light of day and left probably in the light of day, or it was just going dark. So there's no thought about fan safety either, because as I said, you can't get a train back, and they just don't care. And the expense to the supporters as well, they just don't care. Football is becoming ridiculously expensive to follow your club, be it your season ticket, be it your shirt, your transport to games. And now for the Premier League and Sky Sports to be so tone deaf to have this one solitary fixture on Boxing Day where public transport is not there, not available, and make it an 8 p.m. kickoff is absolutely shocking, in my opinion. It really, really is. And I think it's dreadful. And it just speaks to the disconnect of the league, of the television companies, and everybody else involved with it, and not considering the supporters. Listen, before you start jumping the comments, yes, I know I've been on Sky Sports a few times and that, and I like it, and they're good guys, and I really welcome the fact that they invite me on and all that. But I can have an opinion about this, and I will have an opinion about this. Somebody somewhere has dropped the ball on this in the Premier League and in Sky Sports. This fixture should not be happening, and if it was happening, it should have been a much earlier kickoff than this. You're messing around with people's safety. It's dangerous, and you shouldn't be doing it. And I think it's a terrible, terrible decision by the Premier League and Sky Sports to push this fixture through at this particular time. And as I say, there was other teams that could have a much more easier route of travel between them. There's loads of London clubs. There's like 5 or 6 London clubs in the Premier League. You could have changed the fixture into that date on Boxing Day where they could get a tube to the game and get a tube back and not have to worry about driving in the pitch black. But no, this was an easy fixture to put on, possibly because it's the fixture that they do every year. This every single Boxing Day, probably for the past 6 years, it's Manchester United versus Newcastle. It seems to almost be preset, predefined that this fixture is the one that's played on Boxing Day. And I just think it's awful. I really do. I feel for the fans who are travelling down. I'll be watching it on the BTV. I'm not travelling down, but there'll be a lot of supporters who will be travelling down because they follow Newcastle home and away, and that's what they do. You're going to drag them away from their families at a key time of the festive period as well. You're going to make them drive down there, or going to bus down there, or try and figure out how to get some transport down there. It's going to be very impossible for them to come back. If they have to stay overnight, they're going to have to stay in a really expensive hotel. It's probably going to be a shithole as well. It'll be a normal, bang average hotel that should be about 80 quid a night, and they'll be charged 250 quid a night or something because it's Boxing Day, if the hotels are even open, and it's just utterly shit by the Premier League and Sky, and I'm not happy with it at all. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about it. The Newcastle United Supporters Trust and Wolf Flags, they've already said what they think about it on social media as well, and I'm in agreement with them. I think it's awful, it's dreadful. You shouldn't have chose this fixture. You shouldn't have chose any fixtures on Boxing Day. You should have just went, do you know what? Boxing Day, have Boxing Day off. Newcastle, Man United, every Premier League team, have Boxing Day off, and we can make up this fixture day on another day, right? They could have easily done it, right? Get rid of one of these pointless international fucking games and do it on that particular fixture. But no, this is what they've done. You knew they were going to pick us. I said this on the tweet. You knew they were going to pick us, and it had to be an away game as well. Awful, terrible. Feel for the fans going down. Let me know your comments below. Like and subscribe. Keep it evermore. Happy Halloween, motherfuckers. Have a good one, and I'll see you later. This is not a mask before you start in the comments, all right? This is my face. I'm a belter. See you later.
Heroes celebrate. They have done it.